Good morning, profit traders. Hey, Robert, we're talking now. Okay, it's Friday. Looks like a beautiful day here. We might have a beautiful day trading. The important thing is to keep your stops on. Remember to take profits. Don't chase stocks. Look for good charts. Uh, let's see. We'll take a look at stock picks and then we'll take a look at the market a little bit here. So let's start with our first stock pick, STEM. STEM. STEM, pretty obvious. We had one heck of a powerhouse here. Now it's consolidating, and all of a sudden we're starting to put a pair of candlesticks in that might be giving us a clue that the selling is stopping here. We're right on the 20-day simple moving average. We have a little inverted hammer, a bullish candle yesterday. This is forming a type of a morning star signal. We closed over the T-line. What we want to do is see strength over the T-line. Anything over that, I would look to be a buyer, and then we'll look to come up to these tops for a retest and possibly higher. So anything below the T-line or maybe below the 20, if you're a little bit more, if you want to allow your stop a little bit more, I would probably step away from this. It means it's not ready yet, and it's still pushing to the downside a little bit. That was STEM, STEM. DT, I'm sorry, DCTH. Whoops. Sorry, put the wrong symbol in there. I still did it. I guess when you do it once, it's kind of, let's see, DCTH. There we go. DCTH is coming out of our rounded bottom breakout. We've got a nice little scoop right in here. Nice cup. Pullback making a nice handle. We have a little breakout. Once again, another one of these little morning star signals coming out of the 50-day simple moving average. We're looking for a breakout. I would look to be buying this on a breakout. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying it to the right on an inside day if it gives us that. It looks like we're opening up near the highs, maybe even higher as of right now. So we might not get a better buy unless we get an intraday low down in here, and I would look at it, and I would look at buying above that 20 and 34 area. Use that as kind of a guideline where to buy it, and then anything in there would be good. And then of course we're looking for that breakout. Stop would be down at this level, the 34 level. And if it pulls back, it might want to come back, retest that 50. And if it does, what I'd want to do is wait to the end of the day, see if we close up, and then that would show that we've got a little strength right in here, and the bulls are really buying it. BB, BEBE, another one. That's coming out of a nice, coming out of the bottom with a nice rounded bottom breakout. You can see the moving averages are nice and wide down in here, and now you can see they're starting to change directions, starting to go flat, getting ready to go up. They're all tight, starting to cross over. We've got nice candle yesterday, nice rally right here, and then we're pulling back, keeping that higher low in here compared to where we started here, and it's starting to move up. So this may be starting that move to the upside. We'll look for that 200-day as a possible target. Obviously, we need to get across these highs right in here. But if you take this right here and then maybe draw a line, something like that, you can see where anything in here would be an acceptable buy or a hold, knowing that if we started selling below this line here, we'll probably come back, retest that 50, maybe even these lows, and you might not want it at that point. A buy in here and a breakout would set you up pretty darn good as far as getting a reasonably good entry. When it breaks out, looking for more buyers to come in and push it up because everybody wants to chase it, we want to try to be in at a little better price. SFY, nice day yesterday, nice week. It's had a really nice week. Another rounded bottom breakout. 200-day moving average is the directional target. Nice little 3-bar rally, consolidation, decent day yesterday. I see this morning it's trading just about where we closed, give or take a penny or two here. So this may give us a little boost to the upside. If it stays, that's not what I wanted to do. If it can consolidate, hang above the T line. I just drew this line just underneath the T line. If it can hang in this area, I think it's still a buy. Use the T line as a stop area, and then definitely buy or add to on a breakout. SWHC. SWHC setting up for a nice J-hook pattern right here. You can see that it's been up very nice. Even if we look at the weekly chart, you see the weekly chart has just been extremely bullish. A lot of money has been made in it by some folks, and now we're having this little consolidation right in here, this little pullback. We have a hammer, and then from that hammer the selling starts drying up, and this could have been disaster, a big bearish engulf, but hammer stopped it, bull stopped it in here, and now we have a little doji gap up above the T line. You want to trade this on strength. This could lead to newer highs after a breakout of this area up here. Let's see, Ruger, RGR. This is setting up for another J hook. Nice downtrend, nice organized downtrend. The bulls obviously took charge right in this level right here. You can see where it's rallied up, making these little rallies, pullbacks, and up. Nice T-line run, and now we have this spinning top doji hangman candlestick that gave us that started our little retreat back to, say, the 34 area as support, the 43s, 77, 75 area, and now the bulls are looking like they want to continue this trend up. We want to be long over the T-line after this candle yesterday. Our next resistance level should be up around the $50 range. A breakthrough there, we could get up and start testing $56, $58, and that's on Ruger. Let's see here, AONE. AONE coming out of the bottom. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Coming out of the bottom, pinball setup. Nice little rounded bottom right here. Good gap up. Doji gap up, even though we closed with a red bar, we held up over the T-line, and then yesterday we had some bullish positive follow through that stopped right at the 20-day simple. You want to be a buyer on strength. What I'd like to see for myself is buying in this area. Nice inside day buy. I know my stop is going to be the T-line, slightly below the T-line. I'll probably run it down to the close of this red candle would be my stop. Then I would be looking for a breakout, and in pinball strategy fashion, the 34 exponential is always the first target. You definitely want to make sure you protect some of your profits there. Maybe sell half, keep half, and see if it doesn't continue up, and maybe come up and tag the 50. And that's AONE. Nice pinball setup. Let's see, TZA. Let's get to an inverse here. There is no buy signal here. This is strictly on the idea that the market may be topping a little bit. The market may be getting ready to pull back. Everyone knows here that I've been a little concerned with those shooting stars that it's presented us. And looking at the SPY, we need to be over that 141 level. And if we can't get over that, I think the market's going to just pop down just a little bit at this point. I don't think anything disastrous, and not at this point anyway. And TZA has held up very well. I've held it for 3 days now. Bought it on this day. I've added to it down here. You say if the market pulls back, this might start to move up. This might make somebody a little bit of money there. Be cautious holding this over the weekend. We'll see how the day closes. I can't say right now whether I will hold it over the weekend or not. Not until we get closer to the close and figure out what the market is doing. But keep in mind, there is no buy signal here yet. You're simply buying the idea that market may be topping and pulling down. So you're either chasing the market top or you're chasing the bottom of TZA. So have a little caution there. Make sure you put stops on it. It's a lot easier to take small losses than it is to take bigger losses. Mako, next one on the list. Mako, 13 of them today. Mako's been on the list, what, a couple days? Back on the list. Mako is still acting terrific. Sold my Mako yesterday for some profit. I'm going to look to buy it back if it works out, and then I'll sell it again if it moves up. I'll sell it again if it moves up. My idea is I want to sell into strength. This being the weekend, I want to go kind of light, and I won't be completely cash. I very rarely am anymore, but I certainly do lighten up for the weekend, and this might be one of those weekends. So if I'm able to get back in it, make a little day money, very possible I'll close it out. We'll just see what the candle looks like and how the market is acting toward the close. FAZ. FAZ is another one where there is not a buy signal here. Strictly buying it on the fact, well, the market may be pulling back, and if you see the market pulling back, this might be one to take a look at. You need it to close over the T-line, is what I'd like to see. Close over the T-line, then we may have something. Once again, another one of those you want to be careful holding over the weekend. Kind of hard to make that decision pre-market like this, so we'll make that decision toward the end of the day. Even if we get into it, we'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's see, HGT. Here we go. HGT, nice rounded bottom breakout. Certainly has had its down move here. A lot of consolidation, buyer accumulation in here, and now we're up over the 50, 20, the 34. Very nice little 4-day rally here. Nice pop yesterday, getting us over these the big three moving averages there. We want to buy this on strength or anything to the right of the 34. Let's see, 778 is where I have it pre-market now, so it's right hanging in there. You know, you might get a little bit of a dip low. I'll try to buy that on that low, and then see if this can't move up, make us a few dollars. Okay, last one, Dish. DISH. This is a featured stock today on the email list. If you have not received the email list or don't receive it and want to, if you go to the website, on the sidebar, the top of the sidebar, you'll see something that reads morning. I guess I should look and see what it says there, I suppose. Something about a morning newsletter, something like that. What we have here in Dish is we have where we've started to bottom, rallied, we've pulled back to retest that bottom, rallied again, pulled back again, putting in a pretty decent bottom right here, and then it finally got the strength to take off. We have a nice little pullback. This would have been a buying opportunity. Pullback with a bullish engulf right off the 50. It's rallied up, put in some sell signals, gave us a pullback, and then it just died right here, just absolutely died. And candlestick signal here is a belt hold. Belt hold, in my opinion, is extremely bullish. That does not mean that it's guaranteed to work out. I just feel that the belt hold is extremely bullish. Another thing about the belt hold is it certainly does not have to work out over the next few days. Now, yesterday turned out to be very nice. We could see a few more days of consolidation, and as long as it's in this area right in here, I'm okay with that. I think the belt hold is still in play, still strong, looking to break this out. But very nice chart here, I think. I'm gonna work for a $33 target on this to start with, and we'll see what happens from there. But that's our featured stock this morning that went out on the email. Oh, by the way, the buying area is buy on a breakout or down to the T line right in here, and I guess I should put a line right in there. So that's that's the buying right in here. This bottom line here, that's what I would use for a stop. Let's see, what is the stop? So the stop would be somewhere around $30, 31 cents. maybe maybe 28 cents, something like that, just slightly below the the open of this green candle, and we're looking at the uh, uh, open of this red candle right over here. So I think that would make a decent stop, and that'll be just under the T line. So buying in here, buying on a breakout, $33 first target. We'll worry about a future target if we can get to this one and how it acts at this target right here. Okay, real quick, let's take a peek at the dollar. Dollar. Dollar is creeping up. Dollar is creeping up. Yesterday we had the dollar acted very good yesterday. You can see how dollar's been in a downtrend. All of a sudden we put in bottoming candles, small dojis, things with tails on them. This is a sign that we're looking at some bottoming action. And then we had a little gap up, doji here, and then we ended up with a little bullish engulf. Closed up over the T line, came right up to the 34, and the 50 right here, but closed up very nice. And then this morning, this is pre-market here. Pre-market, it looks like we're opening up over the T line and we're moving up, trying to take out that 50. If we can take out this trend line, move up into this area, especially a close over the 20, that's the green line right here, especially a close over the 20, that could set the dollar up for moving up a little higher. The market might not like that, and the market may want to push down. So monitor the dollar a little bit to kind of give you a clue what the market might be doing or thinking about doing. This might be a good helpful thing right there. Let's see. Where are we here? SPY real quick. My charts load here for a second. Looks like the SPY we're at 140.10. Probably should get my crosshair. So 140.10 is what it looks like we may be trying to open up at. Reminder, there's still 8 minutes to go before the open. So looks like we may be opening up below yesterday's. Well, now it's moving up a little bit. So I guess it's going to be a little bit crazy here for a bit. Now we're down below, so up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We'll see how that works out. So watch that. Okay, let's see here. Bob, I'm going to run down and explain the belt hold, and then I'll come back up and we'll take a look at your two right there, okay? If you don't mind, let me do that. dish, a belt hold. A belt hold is when there's a complete fall off, just a complete change of character. The trend has been up, and then boom, it opens up down and pretty far down. We're more than what a bullish engulf would be. A bullish engulf would just need to close down in this area, or I'm sorry, open in this area and run up. We're talking about something that is pretty rough here, and then the bulls bring it right back up within that trading range right in there. The idea behind the Japanese candlestick is two sumo wrestlers on the top of a mountain. One sumo wrestler starts to fall off the mountain. The other one reaches down, grabs him by his belt, and pulls him back up. That's the idea behind the Japanese candlestick. And then yesterday we had nice, strong follow through here. So we'll see. This looks like a good chart. But remember, if you can have a great chart and a poor entry and lose money. You can have a horrible chart and a good entry and make money. So careful. It doesn't matter how good somebody says this might be, how good you think it might be. Be careful not to pay too high for anything, especially in this market. This market has been unforgiving if you pay too high, much too high. Okay, LOGI. LOGI looks like it might be trying to reverse here. Like the candlestick action right in here. Gap down, kind of a consolidation day, a doji, and then that's when it starts moving up. We're above the T line. It's pretty obvious, I think. The big trick now is to get above the 200-day moving average, which happens to be about the high of yesterday. So anything above this level, I would certainly look at buying this. It looks pretty decent right there. For what it's worth, we're pushed up against the 50 on the weekly. So strength today or tomorrow even tomorrow, Monday even. Up over today's high or the 200 would also put you over the 50 on the weekly, and that would be a positive trade there. That looks good. ISIL. ISLIL, pinball setup, pinball rules. You can buy today, but it must close over the T-line. Pinball setup would have made the list on this green bar. It could have been bought yesterday. It stayed above the T-line. That's part of the T-line rules. A buy today. It needs to close over the T-line and then follow the T-line up with it. This is a very classic pinball setup. Now, here's one thing about pinball setups, that when you put in a bottom and it rallies up, what happens sometimes is it does fall below the T-line, it comes down, and I'm going to draw a line to an imaginary candle because the candle's not there, something like this. So what might happen is it pulls back, puts in a low, and then starts back up, which what we're making is that little mini J hook right here. So we move up, we pull back, and that helps to establish the bottom. A low, a high, higher low, and then we start working to make the higher high, and that's what reaches up to our first target, the 34. So when following pinball setups, one of the little positive nuances about it you might look for is something, let's see here, can I do this? You know, something that up like this, and then something like that. Now this doesn't have to come back below the T-line, but what we're looking for is some consolidation. But if you can see that, match that up with a T-line scenario, that's a pretty bullish scenario right there. So looking good. Okay, I'm going to run off, grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back in just a second, and we'll get this market opened. Here we go. Remember, the first thing to do is monitor the positions you're in. That's the most important positions there are. Do you have any stocks that's running you need to take profits or to raise your stops? Do you have anything that's falling apart that you need to deal with? My TZA is up pretty good with a 1737 average. I'm up a few pennies already. Let's see if it can move up a little bit. On the scanner, I've got TZA making a new day high, so popping a new day high, so we'll see. We will see. AONE gapped up, pulled back, now it's trying to come back up. I'd like to get it a little bit cheaper. This AONE, by the way, is gapped up over the 60-minute 200 and is pulling back to that 200. Whoops, now it's down through the 200.
Order pending.
My TZA is still climbing. My VXX is still climbing.
Order filled. I'm
long some AONE right near the 200-day simple moving average on the 60-minute. See, AONE long. Here we go. Market's still showing weakness. Of course, the market's been only open for 2 minutes, so you know we have to let it breathe, let it get out of bed, let the feet hit the floor, see what happens here. This CAB might be a short, especially if it comes down through the T-line. We have a doji gap down and then we have gap down today following it. So keep an eye on CAB. ATHN, I shorted this yesterday. So far I'm still happy with that short, staying under the T-line. I know it's a little green here. Not too concerned about that until it moves up over the T-line. Then I'll be concerned. I want to say thanks to everybody for being here in the trading room. I do appreciate it. Important thing is we try to make some money. We all work together. STEM was on our watch list today. STEM's holding up over the T-line. It's right in that buy area, I think. At the end of the day, I would have to say it must close over the T-line. That's what I would use. Some traders might use the 20. MRVL, we've looked at this one and it was on our watch list a couple of days ago. It's still holding up well. And I see ONE is trying to make a new day high. And you are right. UBNT, I'm very glad. Yes, and I want to say a public thank you to 1973 Hog there. Thank you very much. You know, I had that bought. I had that bought, and he reminded me of earnings, and I tried to talk myself into, you know what, I'm not buying a lot of it. Go ahead and hold it. It's okay. Steve said, no, rules are rules. So an absolute public thank you to Steve. Thank you very much for keeping me out of that. Even though it would have been a very small amount, still it would have been, I would have had to explain myself. So it's much easier to explain it now than it would have been if I would have been in it. So thank you very much. Okay, TZA. TZA is trying to get green. TZA is trying to break out here, and AONE is making a new day high. Market is still showing some weakness. Dollar is still showing some strength. Dollar is still showing strength. For those looking at WFR, I think a few people actually bought WFR on this red candle down here near the bottom. Kudos to you. Nice job. Took a situation, took advantage of it, did very well on it. Very nice. Let's see. No, I am not in FAZ. Not yet. Not yet. I'm monitoring my TZA. I am in TZA and VXX. And TZA is paying pretty darn well right now. But I'm not in this FAZ yet. XLF is down to the T-line. What I would like to see here is some failure. I don't want to see strength coming off the T-line. SPY still showing weakness. I'd like to see that fall apart. I'm not trying to be bearish, but what I would like to do is give us a pullback so we can let the shooting stars have their way and then find support, reverse, and then come back up. That would be one scenario. AONE making a new day high, headed for the 34 exponential moving average. FIO, big play today for some folks. FIO. For what it's worth, especially you folks with the scanner, when you see bull kickers coming up on the scanner, and bull kickers are things like FAZ, SQQQ, SDOW, SPXU, that might be telling you something, at least for the morning anyhow. Might be something to watch. AONE makes a new day high. LNG, we talked about this yesterday. I sold part of my LNG after hours yesterday, made really good money on it, still holding part of it. It's still pushing up here. I might try to buy AH back. I had it yesterday and closed it out. I closed it because it did not close up over my line that I wanted it to. If it can try to move up over that line today, I may try to buy it back today. AONE makes a new day high. MITK, we talked about this yesterday. There it goes, starting to move. Wait for me, wait for me. Doggone
it. Order pending.
DCTH from our watch list this morning is acting very good.
Order filled.
I'm long some MITK.
Order pending.
Don, SINA. I think SINA is acting very good. If you're long, I would stay long. I think we've got a decent bottom where we have I'm going to count that as some lows, high, higher low, rounded bottom breakout, little consolidation, and now headed back up. For what it's worth, IWM is making a new day high. CAT is also making a new day high. There's a lot of things moving today fast. The scanner is going bonkers right now. BB is setting up. My Sohu is acting good today. I may get ready to add to it here shortly. Market's trying to bounce here. Glue may be trying to move. We've got a gap up over the T line now. BRCM was also a gap.
Order filled.
I bought a little bit of dish down here. A little bit of dish. It's right in the buy area. It's at the very bottom of the buy area. I know where my stop's going to be, so I'm going to take a little risk on dish right now. Cat is now a 2-day high. I think JSO is still holding up very well. Sohu, I think I'm going to add to my Sohu.
Order pending.
Let's see, somebody asked me about Sina,
Order
S-I-N-A.
filled.
Sina is acting pretty good here. I like that, Sina. Added to Sohu. CTRX. This might end up being a short here. CTRX. Maybe working on that blue ice failure. Charles, you were asking the other day about the blue ice failure. There's the 50-day moving average right there. Up, we pulled back. Now the bulls are trying to take it back up, and it looks like it might be having a little trouble right here. We have a little bull kicker type signal this morning. I say type because the wicks do cross paths. So we want to watch this CTRX. The gold, that's the 34 EMA, and the 34 EMA. Here's DAR, D-A-R. DAR is a short. Remember, you don't want to chase them. Might be chasing down at this level, so wait for DAR to give a little pullback, give you a better entry. This might be a little bit big there to be chasing. QLIK is still in its pullback mode. It's trying to turn green here. We need it to stay green. And I will look to add to my QLK if it improves from here. Let's see, Charles bought a little dish along with me. 29.90 is what you're asking for a stop. I'm going a little higher than you. It's going to have to close above where this black dotted line is what I'm about what I'm using for a stop. We'll give it a penny or two. So what do we have here? About 30.29. You're thinking down here. That's, it all depends on your style of trading. That might be a little far down there for me. One thing to remember, Charles, if I certainly don't like to set stops tight, but on the other hand, if rather than giving it too much rope, if it hits your stop, you can always buy it back. That's the upside to the whole stop thing. CTRX is trying to make another low here. Or it did, and then kind of bounced right in this area. GFI is continuing up. GFI. My TZA is back up. Here just a few minutes ago, it kind of pulled back a little bit. Market is starting to weaken here. Come on down, weak market. Come on down so I can make some money on TZA. Cisco might be trying to pull back. It's had a very nice run. It may be trying to pull back and find some support ground. This may be a short till it finds that support ground. Doug on bone. Let's see. Is this today's candle? Yeah. Bone is acting good. I think I heard somebody say it had earnings yesterday. It must, if it did in fact, it must have been okay, I guess. If you're long bone, I would stay long bone. That's a nice chart. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of all that stuff there. Yeah, bone's a nice chart. Nice rally, pullback, support right on the 50. Bullish Hiromi, acting good from right there. SA may be trying to come up. SA. Scanner's kind of quiet right now. BAK may be trying to work. BAK. Let's draw a little line here. You can kind of see how that flag is being built. Nice chart. Excellent chart. This pullback is giving us a buying opportunity. Maybe trying to break out here. If you do become long here, I think you have a pretty good stop. I'm going to go ahead and drop it just to what I see below the T-line right here. Looks like we have buyers coming in here, here, and here. 3 lows. TZA makes a 2-day high. That's what I wanted to see. Now go. AONE pulling back. Let's see. Yep, just consolidating. Might be a time to look for adding more for those that want to add it. Little intraday consolidation. Nothing I'm concerned with, not at this point. TZA makes a new day high. CAVM. CAVM. We have a shooting star, bull kicker type. I realize that we have an overlapping wicks. This might be considered for short. CAVM. Those with the scanner, I think I would definitely recommend setting up the bull kicker and the bear kicker scans. I'm finding them very, very good, and very worthwhile to put some of those on a watch list and look for that follow through. SPY is still not finding any strength, although it certainly does seem to be finding support right here. Pretty much the open of this candle, the open of this candle, and so far the low of today. My SNCR is still holding up. Maybe it'll get cooking here. I think this chart here, it's pretty obvious what's happening. It gapped up and it gapped away from the T-line. It's just kind of killing time so the moving average can catch up to it. Let's see, Harry, XCO. Right now, it's just intraday. This candle's not finished, and I don't know that the candle is anything horrible right now, Harry. So if you're long, I think I would stay long at this point. If it starts to really collapse, then maybe. But I think it's still trending up, just up and down, up and down, up and down right now. DCTH is, you're welcome, Harry. DCTH making a new day high. WNR might be a possible short. Those that are in AVL, it's still holding up well. AVL. Are we going to get a breakdown here? Let's see, Tom, you're in Bank of America. Bank of America is still trending above the T-line. T-line's above the 34. I'd have a tough time closing that out right now, Tom. Still acting pretty decent. SPPI maybe trying to reverse off the bottom. SPPI. ECYT is also acting good, trying to put in a J-hook pattern. We've got a gap up. We've got a good overall chart. And then we have a gap up. We have a nice consolidation, nice little pullback. And now it's trying to move back up. Looks like that GMCR is down to the 5-minute 200. It's just below it slightly. 15-minute is still no buy signal on it yet. Hourly is still no buy signal on it yet. In fact, if anything, sell signals. That might work out for you, Konar. Maybe. Might give us a better buy, though. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, that DCTH. Sure wish I would have bought it. Oh, yeah. Sure wish I would have bought it. GNK. Nice. Yeah, that is a nice flag, isn't it, Doug? Thank you. Market's trying to bounce right here a little bit. Yeah, that GNK, that is a very nice flag. Starting to turn into a J hook. You can start to see the J hook in it. Up, pull back, and then what we want to see is that curl to the upside. MTL might be one to look at. MTL, we've got a nice rally. We've got our sell signals up here telling us that we need that pullback. We've pulled back, and now we might be finding support right on the T line. That's MTL. AGQ may be trying to move up. AGQ. We've got a bull kicker here on AGQ. Rallied up. Little bit of a pullback after the sell signals, the warning signs, and now we may be trying to move up here. Lulu back in the game. Lulu. WNR still making a new day low. Howard, I think this DCTH is acting terrific. If if it can muster up a little bit of a pullback, I'm going to look to buy it. Um, I'd just like to buy it a little bit cheaper, but I think it's acting great. Now it may not pull back, so in which case I'll end up missing it. You're right, Charles. It's not acting that good, but then the candle's not finished. Hasn't hit my stop, so I'm not too overly concerned at this point with it. Certainly keep an eye on it. Yeah, certainly keep an eye on it. I I think it's a good chart. And remember, poor entries in good charts, you can lose money. So we have to have a good entry at the right time. Maybe maybe today's not the day to be buying it. Maybe this is not the time. But I do have faith in the chart. I have faith in this in the belt hold. I have faith in the chart pattern. So I'm going to allow this to work just a little bit. You know, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. I do not have a hard stop on it. This is a visual stop. So I will kind of play this by ear, watching some of the intraday charts. Just watch how it handles itself here. Let's see. Do you sweat the stop or pull out right away when it looks bad? No, because intraday there's a lot of fantastic stocks that turn out making you buckets of money that intraday might make you think, why in the world did I buy that? That's just intraday noise. I don't play the intraday like that. Not on this one. I'm certainly not anyway. This is a chart where I've established a target. That certainly is not an intraday target. That's much too far away for an intraday target. I'm establishing a swing trade. So what it does intraday, if it looks bad right now, I'm not overly concerned with that. I'm not going to get too upset with it. In fact, Charles, I think I may add to it right here.
Order pending.
And that's a good idea, Charles. It really is. Yeah, because that's what happens. You start to rationalize why you should stay in it. That is very true. Doggone market's trying to move up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my TZA off the table. 19 cents, 2,600 shares.
Order filled.
So I'm out of TZA. Good money. Now, I may get back in it, but here it is Friday. I'm not going to let that money.
Order filled.
I'm not going to let that money disappear. I've added to my dish now. I might have been a little premature on that TZA. The market still does not look good, but it's Friday. I'm going to clean things up anyway. I may be right back in that TZA, but in the meantime, I put $500 in my pocket, and I'm very, very happy happy with that, very comfortable with that. KWK may be trying to move up. We probably should, let's take a look at TLT. TLT, we went from a hammer yesterday in support to a gap up. That's something to pay attention to. The dollar still holding up fairly good. It's still above the T line. It's pushed back from its highs today. It's pushed back from its highs today. Let's see how it acts right here. My EXPE short from 3 days ago is still working. EXPE short still working. And CAB, mentioned that this morning. Below the T line, I'm going to sure wish I shorted it up here. ARNA, ARNA, possible short. Yeah, ARNA, possible short.